Hello and welcome back to our continuing adventures on the Let's Defend platform. Today we are taking a whack at the free DFIR challenge. It's supposedly easy, we'll see. Kernel Exploit. Investigate signs of malware and suspicious activities on the critical transaction processing server. Hopefully that's a Linux server, not a Windows. Let's see. In the afternoon, network monitoring systems detected anomalous traffic patterns originating from a critical transaction processing server. Initial signs suggest a potential security breach. You have been provided with a forensic image of the affected system and tasked with conducting a thorough investigation to determine the scope of the incident. Alright, so we got, interesting, .tar.zip. The next triage image on the desktop of root in the challenge file folder. Just waiting for this to populate. Interesting. Oh, let's give that a second. Let's see, what is the name of the file, or the key file? The intruder downloaded to elevate their privileges after gaining unauthorized access. When was the file used for privilege escalation first submitted to virus total? What is the process ID of the operation launched by the attacker? What username was the malicious process running under? What is the parent process ID, PPID, associated with the malicious process? What are the operating system and its version on the compromised server? What is the kernel version of the compromised server? What is the most recent CVE number associated with the vulnerabilities exploited in this attack? And yet we're not getting anywhere with this. And if they just give the analyst stuff, and since it's in root, I don't think I'd be able to access it. Okay, let me pause this. I'm gonna tear down the VM and start it again. Okay, a term and restart of the VM seemed to have fixed the issue, so now I'm just going through and performing extraction as we typically would. Open with Archive Manager, pull the stuff out. Okay, and there's the actual things we want. We'll just extract it straight into the challenge. And then we will close these, and then let's just, so we just have one section of stuff to work with, we'll just move these to trash as a temporary. Not that we would leave them there. Okay, so we've got a root body file, chk rootkit, hash executables, live response. So what was this? Oh, okay, UAC. Unix-like artifacts collector. Sit there and make a triage image. Okay, I wonder if it actually included a mem dump. Or anything like it. Okay, so it created a bunch of stuff. Great. Live response, I'm assuming, would be potentially? System, hardware, network. And it basically just writes everything out. So in ARP, hostname is apparently all for M. Again? Wow. This person shows up in a lot of different ones. We're not actually looking for that, are we? Process ID, what username was the process running under? Oh, let's basically stick what was the name of the key file. What is it? Yep, okay. That was just from the host name, just because that seems to be, it's either that or I think the other one tends to be like MMOX, Momox. Okay, you name it, all these basically point to that. So, okay, we're looking for something else. So if we do a process, is this like a, oh, look, there's a PS command that was executed. That's not really big. Sudo su bash uac ps. Okay, here's an actual full output like what we'd expect with more actual running options. Is there anything that looks odd in the process tree? I mean, thus far it looks pretty stinking normal. Ding at rastersoft.com. Ding.js. Not familiar with that. Bunch of workers. Okay, that looks interesting. So we have apparently line 465 of ps underscore dash def.txt. Fourth from the bottom, we have the, I'm just gonna say all for M. We have a /exploit. And then below that, we have what looks like UAC kicking off doing creating the triage stuff. And of course, then the ps-def. The exploit looks interesting. And I mean, the question that we're being asked is what was the key name of the intruder? Is it just exploit since that's the thing that's running? It is. Okay. And because we found that, that also sits there and confirms the all for M for, was it question 1, 2, 3, 4? What username was the malicious process running under? So now we need to sit there and find the MD5 for that. So now here's a question. Wasn't there a hash running process is MD5. I don't suppose we'd actually find exploits sitting in here, would we? Actually, we would. Well, shit, what was the process? Wasn't it this? 31671? Of course, I don't know why I'm asking myself. I can just pull the stupid thing up and go straight to the bottom. Like that. 31671. Yes. So then this should theoretically be the hash in question that we're looking for. So let's go to virus total. And we're going to do a search. Really? Oh, that's right. It's the VNC aspect, so we've got to do the clipboard side panel thing. Yeah, I've been spoiled by other solutions. Okay, so VT should come up, and look at that. We got a couple of different exploits already listed. But what details? First submission. Here we go. 2024 03 26 1645 52 UTC. And we're just gonna leave this here. So then we need to do. Wait, no, we don't need to do that. That's just adding extra work. Okay, so they're gonna take it in the format that it was listed as. Good. I didn't even bother to take a look. And then of course the aspect that we're looking at, and we've already figured out 31671 for the process ID. UAC is actually kind of nice. I might actually have to sit there and bork a couple of boxes and play around with it myself. Now we need to figure out the parent process. Which, if we go back to this, that should be this one. Parent process of 1686. Yes. So then, just out of curiosity, what process is 1686? What did you spin out of? Let's get that out of the way. Spun out of lib system D system D. Okay. So last three questions. Operating system. So that's usually what, where you do like a uname on the box. I don't suppose they did a no. System. Is there like a uname underneath here? There is. Uname A, which would probably be good enough. So it looks like, okay, we get a kernel version. It looks like Ubuntu. $22.02. Does that look like that fits? Yeah, that looks like that fits the naming scheme that they've got. Okay, pop that in. Kernel version should also be here, isn't it? 650-27. 650-27- something else. Generic. Yes. And then most recent CVE. So we go back to this, we take a look here, and it's tagged. And absolutely no lie, I could not tell you a thing about this CVE. Oh. Use after free vulnerability in the Linux kernel's net filter. An ftables component can be exploited to achieve local privilege escalation. Oh, and then we've already got proof of concept code for all of this. .8 on the base scale, base score. Yeah, I'd say this is probably it, considering the fact that nothing else is listed. So CVE 2024-1086. Woot, woot, woot. There we go. All done. So that has been the Kernel Exploit challenge on the Let's Defend platform. All done inside the VM provided, which thankfully is just a triage image utilizing UAC for Linux systems. Thankfully, we didn't have to go digging through a lot of places for the info, but so yeah, we got it all. All right, so with all that being done and being said, I will see everybody in the next video.